Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Amanda, also known as Mermaid Hair. Donut care like donut. We're here today because this is going to be my second week of diary entries or second diary entries video. I don't know really. I didn't know if I would get this far, so I didn't prepare myself with what to say for the second time that I'm doing this. So really what's happening is I am in the process of still editing my first week of diary entries, and I'm going to post that and see how that goes. I will most likely still post a second week, but it's definitely a lot. I do really enjoy it though. I really love getting to like show what I used for each look rather than just doing my makeup for like TikTok and then like I don't really do a ton of looks for YouTube. I really do more rankings and a lot of shorts, and then like once a week, if that, I'll do like a random palette bingo. I do the random palette bingo because I really enjoy it. It doesn't really get a ton of views. So if that's not something that you like, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. And I will probably try to do like get ready with me's instead. Which are kind of what my random palette bingos are. They're just random palette bingos with me also like chatting and doing my makeup. Anyway, that's beside the point. So I really hope you liked my first diary entry video, because if you did, I would love for you to keep watching. Alright, this is the look for day one. I absolutely love it. I've been doing so much green and purple recently, not intentionally. It's just kind of been what's happening. And then Nomad is releasing their Irish palette and I want it, but I'm like super broke and I'm like, it's all green and I've been doing so much green recently, but green's my favorite color. So I'm like super indecisive on whether or not I want to grab that, because I really shouldn't. I can't afford it, but like at the same time, I plan on doing a Nomad bracket ranking after I finish my Odin's Eye, which my Odin's Eye one is not even close to being done. So there's that part too. And they did say that it's not limited edition, so I may just hold off and wait and see if I can get it at a different time. I think I just talked myself out of buying it, which go me. So either way, that is totally besides the point. I have my little bucket of what I did today. I did, or I'm trying to, if you watched my first diary video, makeup diaries, I guess that's what I'm going to call it. I feel like there's no really other name for it other than makeup diaries. If you watched my first video, I did mention a few times that I was trying to like perfect a like lazy like face makeup, and I feel like it did that for the most part. I think it works for what I wanted it to do, and sorry if you hear a whole bunch of jumbling. I was just trying to put my bucket back. I feel like for the most part, it evens out my skin tone and I'm able to just use powder products, and it's not like as intense or as like much as like my cream products and my powder products together. It's less coverage, but it's way faster. So I'm like trying to figure out a faster routine for myself when I am wanting to do makeup, but still want to do it quickly. So I'm kind of just working through that process. So either way, I didn't actually use a primer today, but for my foundation, I used this Sephora, I think it's called the Best Skin Ever Matte Powder Foundation. It is the shade 10.5Y. I like it. That's as much as I got for you. I like it. I don't like, it's not my holy grail. I don't like, holy crap, I love it. But as far as for the powder foundation that I've been using, this is what it is. So I'm really not mad about it, and I will continue to use it. I have the Elli Beauty Brighten Pink Press Powder. I kind of use this as like a concealer because I'm not using any cream products, so it's like kind of just for brightening in the areas that I would put my concealer. Bronzer, the e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush in Forever Sunkissed, but I've been using this as a bronzer because, I mean, it's a bronzer shade for me. For blush, we have the MAC Mineralized Blush in Warm Soul. This is quickly becoming, or has been, one of my favorite blush shades. The only thing is I feel like this works better over a cream blush. So I have a cream blush in like the e.l.f. cream blush that's almost the exact same shade, and I feel like it layers on top of a cream product better than it is by itself, because I feel like it takes, like, this took a lot to get it to even like show up as just a powder product. So that's something I have learned. We have one of my favorite highlighters ever, the Lux B Aesthetix Fairy Ring. This was from the Susie Happily Ever After collab. Wow, my brain just stopped working. Either way, like, it's amazing. Like, come on, that is like freaking stunning. I am also trying to pan this, but this shit is so, sorry, I curse a lot. I just usually try to hide it, but this gets me excited. This is so intense and so, like, I've been using it a lot and it barely looks used. So it's going to take me a really long time to go through that, which means I'll probably have it forever, but I am trying to pan it. So we'll see how that goes. I am just going to keep using it. For my brows, I have the NYX Thick It Stick It in Brunette. Yeah, Brunette. I just went kind of like a light, fluffy look today. Then onto my eyes, I used my Urban Decay Primer Potion. That was gifted. I used, for the first time, so excited, I've had this palette for over a year, almost a year and a half. It's been sitting on my shelf, not collecting dust because it was in the packaging. It was in like a box in bubble wrap and everything. But this was one of the original palettes I had when I was starting my new palette series. So it's been there for a while. It is finally, I'm at palette number 50. So this is palette number 50. Either way, I have Energetic. I just called it Energetic, the like limey green in my crease. I have Confident in my outer corner. Those blended together to make almost like a more, I was trying to go for like a more seafoamy green. It didn't really get there. It's still like a little limey, but I'm okay with it. I used Creative on the middle of my lid, and then I used Serene in the most inner part of my lid, and then I lied, this one, Focused, which I'm very not focused, on my lower lash line to smoke out a little black liner. And then I did use my blend palette for the shade Cream and Sugar on my inner corner, which is just the white shade. I am getting pretty close to hitting pan in there, if you can see. So I'm kind of just trying to go for it. I'm not as close as I think. We'll see. We'll see if I can get it in the next, like, within this month. I'm trying to get it in March. We'll see. For my waterline and like tight lining my lashes, I use the NYX Vivid Rich in Always Onyx. I use the Kaja Beauty Wing Stamp, like wing eyeliner pen. This came with a stamp. I didn't use the stamp. I just used the liner. This was also gifted to me. And then I used the Falsies Surreal mascara from Maybelline. And then my lips is just the Elli Beauty Nourishing Lip Oil in Cold Brew. I am trying to pan this, really just use it. But it is one of my favorites, and it smells like coffee. So, I mean, it's called Cold Brew. I'm very happy that it actually smells like coffee. But this is the look. Let me know what you think, because I'm still like trying to decide whether or not I do like my base like this. But I should have, there will be 6 more days coming. Hopefully my first diary entry video goes well, because I do actually really like this. I enjoy talking about what products I use on like a daily basis to create my looks. But yeah, let me know what you think of this look, and have a great day. I'll see you in a couple minutes. I'll see you in like 2 seconds for day 2. Okay. Hi guys. All right, so this is going to be diary entry and day number 2. So I did kind of lie when I first said how I was doing this. So I said if it was a look that I was doing for YouTube that I wouldn't share it on here, but I didn't actually go through any of like my face makeup or base makeup on YouTube. I just did the eye look. So I will say now that the eye look is done with the Ensley Rain oh my gosh, Groovy Garden palette. My brain's not working. Absolutely stunning. And if you want to see what I did for this eye look, go check out that video. So other than that, other than the eyes, I'm going to get into what I did for this look. I've been very much into my lazy makeup because I've been working from home, or I've been off the past couple days. So that was that again today. So I did use the Sephora Matte Powder Foundation in 10.5Y. This is gifted. I did use the e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush in the shade Forever Sunkissed. I use this as my bronzer. I used the Elli Beauty Brighten Pressed Pink Powder underneath the foundation. I used the Ofra Rodeo Drive Highlighter. I am trying to pan this one. It has like a significant dip back there, but it's gonna take a minute to get there for sure. And then for blush, I used my Blend Bunny Juicy Cheeks palette, the shade Raw, which is right here. I'm also trying to pan this, which is ironic because I barely use like any of it when I put it on. Like I tap it like so lightly because you barely need any. So that's gonna probably take me forever. I might give up on that. We'll see. And then for brows, it's Thick It Stick It in Brunette. I just did something very light and simple for the brows. Okay, so then the rest of the eyes, I did prime with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This has been gifted to me. I tight lined with the NYX Vivid Rich mechanical liner in Always Onyx, which is black. My waterline is the shade Creamsicle from Elli Beauty. It is orange. I'm obsessed with it. Obsessed. My liner is the Kaja Wing Liner Pencil, eyeliner pen. This was gifted. It came with a wing stamp, but I did not use the wing stamp today. And then my mascara is the Benefit They're Real mascara. I do actually really like this mascara, so I'm making my way through it. And then for this really pretty lip oil that has this orangey tint to it is the Blend Bunny Bring the Juice. This is the shade Squeeze, and it is very orange. But overall, I'm obsessed with this look. I love it. This is my first time ever using Ensley Rain, so I am very excited that I have that video going up as well as this one. It should probably be up before this one, so you can go ahead and go watch it. But this was day 2. Stay tuned for day 3. Hi guys, welcome back. It's day number 3. I just realized I think I'm wearing the same sweatshirt as I wore yesterday, but in my defense, I worked from home today, so I just kind of like threw it on when I got up in the morning. But either way, this is the look for today. I have my nifty little bucket that I'm going to grab in a second, and we're going to get into it. Proof of bucket, and we're going to get started. I like to lay all the products out first because I am a little OCD, I think, even though my life is messy. It's like an ADHD, OCD whirlwind that I live in. I am starting this off by saying that I basically did my lazy like face makeup again. I feel like for some reason, I think it's just the powder foundation. It looks like it has an airbrushed like quality of it. Like some of the photos I take, I'm like, wow, my skin looks like really soft and like airbrushed. I feel like that has to do with the powder foundation because that's really the only difference when I use like cream foundation or liquid foundation. I feel like it just leaves more texture on my skin. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, anyway, let's get into it. I did not use any primer. So I don't know, maybe that makes a difference. Who knows? Okay, anyway, I used the Sephora Matte Powder Foundation in 10.5Y. This was gifted to me. I did use the Elli Beauty Brighten Pink Press Powder. I used this under the foundation, like almost as like a concealer. It's been working. I kind of love it. As far as my bronzer, I used the Legally Beauty Sculpt palette in the shade Light, and I used these two cooler tone shades. For blush, I used the Glamlight Scooby-Doo Blush Duo. I used the pink. So pretty. It's very pigmented, and I absolutely love it. I used the Silk Naturals Blue Raspberry highlighter for my highlight. I am obsessed with that. And then let's see. Okay, moving on to eyes. All right, we have the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This was gifted to me. As far as eyeshadow, I don't know why I put the sleeve back on, but we have the Odin's Eye Norns palette. I used the shade Outsider, this amazingly gorgeous teal, and then I blended it out with the shade Dazed. For shimmers, this shade right here, Hallucination, is in the middle of my lid, and the shade Self is in the inner part of my lid. And then I use this shade here, Mist, on my lower lash line, well, blending out Outsider on my lower lash line, so it just adds more of like a purpley tone to it. I think that was everything I used in the Norns palette. And then I used the shade Lavender in my Bella Beauté Bar Pastel Garden palette, which is the lightest purple right here. I used that on my inner corner and kind of like on the inner part of my lid as like a matte to just lighten it up and brighten it up a little bit. I forgot brows. I used a new product for brows. It's called Tat Brow. It was sent to me through a shop on TikTok to like try out. And I think I kind of actually really like it. So there's that part. For my eyeliner, I used the LJ Beauty Waterproof Liquid Liner Pen in Onyx, which is black. I used the NYX Vivid Rich Mechanical Liner in Always Onyx for my waterline and to tight line. And then I used the Huda Beauty One Coat Wow Mascara. This was gifted to me. And then last but not least, I have for my lips. I've been obsessed with this. It's the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Shift. This is the shade Blueberry. So this is the blue one, and it's like a pH shifting pink color that it leaves. And I just think it's like the prettiest pink. I really do like it. I know it's very gimmicky for like the pH shift products, but I kind of love them. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, anyway, I think this was day 3, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully I'm right. If not, whoops, I'll fix it on the screen, but moving on to whatever day is after today. Hi guys, all right, I'm pretty sure we're on day 4, but I have my little bucket of goodies. This is the look for today. I do have to do this like rapid fire though, because I am running super late for work. All right, starting of course with primer, we have the Hello Sunshine Priming Moisturizer from Fourth Ray Beauty. I used my Fenty Eavesdrop Tint Stick in the shade 4. I do love this. I feel like it's a really good shade for me, and I just love the formula. For liquid bronzer contour, this is the cheek of it. Cocoa Cakes is the shade from P.Louise. My concealers, same as always, the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser in 160. It's the pink, and then the Fenty Pro Filt'r in 170. For liquid blush, I have the e.l.f. Camo liquid blush. This, I don't know if you could see on camera, but this has like shimmer in it. It's so freaking pretty. This is a shade Peach Perfect. I never thought I would like a shade like this light, but it works amazingly with one of my favorite blushes that I'm actually trying to pan, which happens to be the MAC Mineralized Blush in Warm Soul. This was gifted to me, and I am so happy that it was because I use it very often. I have the e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush in the shade Forever Sunkissed. I use this as my bronzer. As far as translucent powder, this is the Elli Beauty Baked Translucent Powder. For highlight today, so pretty. I use the P.Louise. It's the Skin Bling highlighter, and it's the shade Shining Through. It's super pretty. I love it. And then for brows, I use the NYX Stick It in brunette. For eyeshadow primer, I use the Milani eyeshadow primer. For this eye look, I forgot to put something in my inner corner. Just remember that. But I use the Beauty Bay New Mood palette. So I use the shade Grateful in my crease, Powerful in my outer corner. Euphoric is the shimmer on the inner to back half of my lid, and then Gracious is on the inner corner. I used Bold for the lower lash line, blended out with Optimistic, and that's actually my entire eye look. Then I did the Kaja Beauty Wing eyeliner pen for my eyeliner, and then my little going strong. It's like getting more nubby by the day, but my Elli Beauty waterproof gel eyeliner in the shade Raven is the black. I have the Maybelline the Falsies Surreal mascara, and then for my lip, I have the Elli Beauty Nourishing Lip Oil in the shade Cold Brew. I am trying to get through that, so I forgot to mention that the Kaja liner was gifted to me. And then I have for setting spray, the Elli Beauty Mattifying Setting Spray. So this is the final look. Let me know what you think. I am actually going to pop something in my inner corner. Probably something from my Blend Bunny palette. I just don't even know yet. So, yep, but I gotta go. Alright guys, this is day either 2 or 3. I honestly can't remember. It has been a minute. I was not feeling good last week. Wound up having to go to the hospital. They said it was an ear infection and they gave me antibiotics, but I still have just been feeling not completely back to normal. But either way, this is either day 2 or 3. I can't remember where I left off. So I'll correct it though on the screen when I'm editing, so you'll know what day it is. I just at the moment don't. So anyway, I have my little bucket worth of goodies, and we are going to go through what I did for today. I did only use powder products today because I was being lazy and I wanted to do this faster for work. Did it work? I don't really know. I do like the way the powder products work. I just feel like you have to use more like bronzer, more blush, because when I put down like a cream product, I feel like that gives it like a good base of color to like layer. So I feel like I have to add more powder products when I just use powder products. Anyway, I use the Ellie J Beauty pressed pink powder, the Brighten pressed pink powder. I can't speak today either though, so that's gonna be fun. I use a Sephora matte powder foundation. This is the shade 10.5Y. For my bronzer, I use the Elli J Beauty Sculpt palette in the shade Light. I used for blush the Berlin Bunny Bare Cheeks palette. I used the shade Making Me Blush, which is this one. I kind of went weirdly warm on the face and then cool tone on the eyes. So, whoops. I always do my face first, so oh well. I have the Ofra Rodeo Drive highlighter that I am trying to pan. It's definitely going to take a long time to pan that, which I have come to the realization of. But we're here. For my brows, I use this Tat Brow pen. It has like little notches in it. Actually super cool. I like it so far. And then I used the NYX brow glue. I think this is the tinted brow glue. This is the shade medium brown. Let's see. For eyeshadow primer, I used the Urban Decay Primer Potion. And then this eye look was created with the ColourPop Twilight palette. I actually really do like how this eye look came out. The first look I did with the Twilight palette, I did not love. I actually really didn't like it. And then I pulled this for my little picking out of a takeout container for my like TikTok content, and I was kind of like disappointed, and I was like, do I repick? This is my newest palette, so to get that out of my picking out of a takeout was actually like really weird, and very unexpected. So I got it and I was kind of disappointed, and then I was like, let's just do it and maybe we'll have a moment of redemption. And I actually really do like how this look came out, so I am actually not mad, and I think it did have a moment of redemption. I also kind of really love that I did like a smoky under eye. I don't know, I loved it. So the mattes that I used on top were Say It Out Loud and Bella, these two cool tone browns. And then the shimmers are Moonlit and Prom Night, which are like the neutral shimmers. And then for the lower lash line, I used Forever Young, which is the black with like some sparkle in it, and I blended that out with the gray shade, which is Unconditionally. Love the way it came out. I also used the shade Cream and Sugar from the Blends palette for my inner corner. It is the white. I am so close to hitting pan on two more shades, Cream and Sugar and First Kiss, the like orange. I want to do it so bad, but I'm just impatient. And this is like the first palette that I've ever panned anything on, so now that I have, I'm like, I need to do more. Don't mind me, I'm crazy. But then for my eyeliner, I used the Kaja Wing eyeliner pen, and then for my waterline and to tight line, I used the NYX Vivid Rich mechanical liner in shade Always Onyx. And then for lashes, I did the Benefit Their Real lash, or Their Real mascara lash. And then my lip oil is the Elli J Beauty Nourishing Lip Oil in Cold Brew. I'm trying to like pan this as well, and I'm getting somewhere. I have been using it quite often, so I feel like I am at least making progress. So let me know what you think of this look, and you will see me for day whatever is after this one in just a second. Alright guys, welcome back. As you will have already seen, I made a really big mistake in all of my days. So this, as I went to check, this should be day 4. I originally went from 1 to 3, then 4 or 5, and then back to 2 or 3. This is day 4. I'm going to do better at actually writing down or noting what day it is. Oops. Okay. So when I say don't judge this makeup as it is right now too harshly, because this makeup has been through naps, tears, and hospital visits today. So, and it actually like made it through fairly decently. Like I have like some black marks and whatnot around, but like I full on like cried, and I feel like my makeup didn't really come off. Anyway, I got my nifty little bucket. There's actually a lot in here today. I used a lot of different products, so let's get into it fairly quickly. So if I didn't mention, it's after midnight currently, and I'm exhausted, and I work like tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna go through this fast as fast as possible. Starting with my primer, I used the Fourth Ray Beauty Hello Sunshine Brightening Moisturizing Primer. I used the Fenty Eavesdrop Stick in the shade 4 for my foundation. I used for liquid bronzer, I used P.Louise The Cheek of It. This is the shade Cocoa Cakes. I actually really enjoy this as my liquid like cream bronzer. It's more of a contour. It's like a cooler tone once it blends out. I've been using the same two concealers as I was using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser in 160. It's the pink. And then also the Fenty Pro Filt'r concealer in the shade 170. For a liquid blush, I use the e.l.f. Camo liquid blush in the shade Peach Perfect. I actually love this, and I never thought I would like a shade that was like, I would never go for something that was this shade, is really what I meant to say there. And then for powder products, I have the MAC Mineralized Blush in Warm Soul. This is like a match made in heaven. I use them together as often as possible. I have my e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush. This is the shade Forever Sunkissed. Love this. It's a blush, but I use it as a bronzer. I have the Elli Beauty Baked Translucent Setting Powder. For highlight, I used my Unearthly Cosmetics Get Groovy highlighter palette. I use the shade Slick because it's like orange and green, and I feel like the glitter is like crazy good. It's crazy good. For brows, I used the NYX Stick It. Wow, my brain's just really not working, and that's just because I'm tired, so I apologize. This is the shade Brunette. Getting into eyes, I use the Milani eyeshadow primer. I'm trying to use the rest of this, I think, at this point. And then for the actual eyeshadow, I used the Odin's Eye Merry Christmas palette. I used all of the greens. I shouldn't say all of. I used New Leaf, and I used Christmas Tree in like the crease and outer corner. I used Best Wish in the inner corner, and then I used New Year in like this back part of my lid, and Snowman was like the star, because if you can see that shift, it's freaking amazing, and that's what's in the innermost lid. So freaking good. I absolutely love this palette, so I'm really happy that I got to use it. I did also use my Blend Bunny All Done Up palette. I used the shade Vision for some blending. I think that's it on this one. As far as eyeliners, I used the Elli Beauty waterproof gel eyeliner in Raven and the Elli Beauty waterproof liquid liner pen in Onyx. They're both black. And then for mascara, I used the Maybelline the Falsies Surreal mascara, which I actually really like. And then I used the Elli Beauty Glow Off setting spray. I love this thing. I'm not sure if that will show up on camera or not, but it is so freaking cool. And then I don't have it on currently, but I did put it on before I left the house this morning. It's the Juvia's Place lip oil. I feel like they're called something. It's the lip oil. This is honeydew. So that is what I use today. Stay tuned for day 5. Should be tomorrow. Day 5. Hopefully. I have to fix it all in editing, so. Hi guys. All right. I'm pretty sure, well, the days are already royally messed up in this, but I'm pretty positive now that today is day number 5. It has been one hell of a week and a half, 2 weeks. It's been taking me a very long time to get through another 7 days. Absolutely not consecutive. I've had a lot going on, and this is yesterday actually. I didn't even do a full face, so it's not in here, but this is the first time I've done like a full face of makeup in like I think almost a week. Anyway, I have my little bucket, so let's get into it. All right, to start off, I don't know if I'd call this a primer, but it's the Glow Recipe, the Strawberry BHA Pore Smoothing Blur Drops, Pore Smooth Blur Drop. It says it's like a serum. I use it like under my makeup sometimes, although it does make powder products like apply very strange, and I did have to like wipe some of like my product off to get it to look right. And it does actually look a little weird right here. So, oh my gosh, it's like a bright white spot in the camera. I tried to like blend it out a little bit. It looks like it might still be there, but whatever. We're rolling with it today because I don't have time to fix it. So we have the Elli Beauty Brighten Pink Pressed Powder that I use as like concealer when I do just powder products. And then I use the Sephora matte powder foundation. I hit pan on this morning. It kind of made me sad because I mean this was gifted to me, but I'm like, I think I might actually go and buy this once I run out. I also don't know if I would get this same shade. I do feel like it works, but I also feel like there would maybe be a better shade match for me. So maybe that gives me an opportunity to go test it out and see what would be better. The Elli Beauty Sculpt palette in light. I used these 2 cooler tone shades as my bronzer. I have the Ofra Rodeo Drive highlighter, one of my absolute favorites that I am trying to pan. It does have like a significant-ish dip in that back corner there. I don't know if you can see it, hopefully. But I don't think I'm going to hit pan anytime soon. But I've also only been like trying to pan it for like a month. So there's still hope. We'll see. Belen Bunny Juicy Cheeks palette. I use the shade Pulp, which I think this is the first time I've actually ever used it. And I think it's really pretty. So that's exciting. All right, for brows, I use the Benefit Gimme Brow, which I think this is like a brow mascara type deal. It's the shade 4. It's very clearly used and loved, and it is something that I'm trying to like pan. But I don't remember like the actual title of the product or what it actually does, but we're using it. Then I use the Milani eyeshadow primer. I am also trying to like pan this, getting some good use out of it. For the eyeshadow look, I used the Odin's Eye Hey Reindeer palette. As far as matte, I used the shade Mistletoe and Snow Wish. And then for shimmers, I used Christmas Stocking, and my favorite shade ever from this palette is Candy Canes, which is on like the innermost part of my lid. It is so freaking pretty. I am obsessed with it a little bit, it's safe to say. And then for the other shades that I did use my blends palette. I used just a couple shades to like blend, which is the shade Sunsets, which now has a bigger pan. I used for my inner corner First Kiss, which now has a pan, and Cream and Sugar, which is the white. And I think that was it for the shadows. For liners, I use the Kaja Wing Liner Pen and the NYX Vivid Rich Mechanical Liner in Always Onyx. Then I used the Benefit Their Real Mascara. This is starting to dry up on me a little bit, so it might be like time to say goodbye soon. And then last but not least, the lip oil that I'm trying to, I keep saying pan, but like it's really just use. The Elli Beauty Nourishing Lip Oil in the shade Cold Brew, which I love, so I'm glad I'm using it. But this is the look today. I have not sprayed my face yet, so I will probably, I'm going to use my Glow Off setting spray, because why the hell not? Anyway, let me know what you think, and stay tuned for day 6 should be next. I thankfully, when I edit, I'm going to write all the correct days in, but I like really messed up last time, so I'm just trying to like get back on track. Hi guys, welcome back. This should be day number 6. I am so messed up with the days, but I have to do this one super fast because I'm running late. So I have my little bucket and let's get into it. All right, starting off with primer, I use the Forthright Beauty Hello Sunshine Priming Moisturizer. Today I use the About Face The Performer Skin Focused Foundation. I use the shade L2 Neutral. I really do enjoy this foundation. Concealers are the same as per usual. The Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. This is the pink like color correcting concealer. The shade is 160, and then the Fenty Pro Filt'r concealer in 170. For liquid bronzer or contour, P.Louise, the cheek of it, this is the shade Cocoa Cakes. I have the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush. This is the shade Peach Perfect. I actually super love this blush. I don't know if you can see the like shimmer in here, but there is shimmer in here, and I actually really enjoy that blush. As far as powder products, I use the MAC Mineralized Blush in Warm Soul. I am trying to pan this. I feel like it may take me a while, even though I do use it fairly often. For powder bronzer, I use the e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush in the shade Forever Sunkissed, but I use this as a bronzer. And then for setting powder, I use the Elli Beauty Baked Translucent setting powder. And then for highlight, I used something new today. I shouldn't say new, I should say different, because it's not really new, even to me. Like, I've had it for a little while. The Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Glow Kit. This is the Sugar Glow Kit, or Glow Kit Sugar, something. I don't use this very often. I did use the shade Starburst, though. I was looking for something like peachy-ish, and I couldn't find anything else that fit what I was looking for, but like it is really pretty, so I am not mad in any way, shape, or form. All right, for brows, I wanted something simple and quick. I used the NYX Thick It Stick It in the shade Brunette. As far as eyes, I used my Urban Decay Primer Potion. This was gifted. So was the Warm Soul MAC Blush. I always forget to, I think that was the only other thing that was gifted. For the eyeshadow, I only used 2 shades out of this is the ColourPop Lost in Wonderland collection palette. I use the shade That's Logic, and I use the shade That Way out of this palette. And then for the Blend Bunny All Done Up palette, I used the shade Ready, and then I used Wink. I also put the white in my inner corner. So there's those 3 shades I used in that. It was a fairly simple look. The shade, it was Wink, right? The shimmer shade is like one of my all-time favorite shimmers, like ever. It's so good. For liner, I used Elli Beauty, the waterproof liquid liner pen in Onyx. I use the Elli Beauty waterproof gel liner in Raven, which is black. This is almost dead. It's getting there. And then for mascara, I use the Maybelline, the Falsies Surreal mascara. I really do enjoy this. So I got this accidentally, and I think it's like brownish black or something was the shade, brown black. I really want to get it in like blackest black next time, but I think I might buy it again. And then last but not least, for lips, I have the e.l.f. The Glow Reviver lip oil, which I actually really like because it puts like a really pretty tint on my lips. This is the shade Rose Envy. I feel like I have a couple more of these, and I think I need to dig them out because I don't know what happened to them or where they went, or if I just bought this one. I literally can't remember because the lip stains, I bought like 4 and then I only used 2 and they never really actually worked for me. Not sure if I did that wrong. It's probably, I don't know if it's user error or they just don't work for me. I'm not really sure. But like I said, I'm running late and now I'm just jabbering on. So I have to go. But tomorrow or the next day that I film should be the last day. Like I said, I am going to have to fix all of the days when I edit. So sorry, but life has been rough. Okay, bye. Hi guys. All right, this should be day 7. If not, I already have a whole lot of correcting and editing to do. I do have to do this super fast because I'm running super late for work today, but I have my little bucket, so let's get into it. All right, we used the NYX Bear With Me Hydrating Jelly Primer. I apologize ahead of time, there's dog hair everywhere. This is such an interesting, weird texture. I'm still like trying it out and not sure how I feel about it, but I did use the Bear With Me Blur, is it a foundation? Yeah, Blurring Tint Foundation in the shade Light Neutral. I do like it so far. I've only used it a couple times. I have the usual for the concealers. I have the cheek of it, P.Louise in Cocoa Cakes for a liquid bronzer. For liquid blush, I have e.l.f. Camo liquid blush in Peach Perfect. I actually really like that one. That is it for cream products. For powder products, I actually use the P.Louise Dream a Little Dream. This is the shade Believe. It's a little face palette. I did use all 4 shades for my bronzer, blush, and I used both highlighters. So it's actually super pretty. Okay. For setting powder, I used the usual Elli Beauty Baked Translucent Setting Powder. I used the NYX Thick It Stick It in Brunette for my brows. For the eyes, I used the Urban Decay Primer Potion that was gifted to me. For the eyeshadow look, I used the Unearthly Cosmetics Don't Be Jelly palette. I used the shades Coral, Sea Urchin. I used Sea Space and Hydrospace for this palette. And then I did also use the Blends palette. I used the shade First Kiss to blend out the shade Coral, and then I used the shade Sunsets on my inner corner. For eyeliners, I used both Elli Beauty, the waterproof liquid eyeliner pen in Onyx, and the waterproof gel eyeliner pencil in Raven. This one is like almost dead. It's very small at this point. And then for lashes, I use the Benefit They're Real lashes. And then lip, I'm trying to go through this, so you're going to probably see it often. It is the Elli Beauty Nourishing Lip Oil in the shade Cold Brew. And that is everything that I used today. Honestly, these diary entries are so fun. I did have a whole lot going on in March, so it was not consistent with me filming whatsoever. I'm pretty sure this took like almost the entire month of March to do another whole week. But I didn't do my makeup quite often in March. But I'm definitely for April going to be doing my makeup more consistently as long as I am good and healthy and can do it. Then this should be more consistent, and I won't be messing up as much because there was just so many days in between each day that I was just messing up all of my days. So you will have seen it by now, because this is the end of the video, that I have a whole lot of editing notes on what day is what. But like I said, this should be day number 7. I'm hoping. But I would love for you, if you made it this far, to like this video, to subscribe, to follow me on here, on TikTok, on Instagram. I'm Mermaid Hair Donut Care on all 3 platforms. I would love for you to follow along in my makeup journey. There's a lot I have planned, and there's still so much that I am trying to accomplish. So I would love for you to join me, and I literally have so much makeup that there is always more. Bye.